Hi, my name is Alicia Schmidt, and I'm reading Shelley Hundley's The Cry for Justice. I have never been raped or abused in any way, but I have experienced pain. When in October 2006, my grandparents were brutally murdered, and of course that has caused a lot of pain in my heart. It's caused a lot of drama in my family. The case is unsolved to this day, so, I mean, there's plenty of drama there, plenty of pain that I've experienced, my family's experienced, and there's just a lot of consequences from that. And when I started reading this book and reading Shelley's testimony and what she was sharing, I really thought that this was the biggest justice issue in my heart and my life that the Lord was going to speak to me about through this book. But He had a different plan. I have prayed through, gotten healing and clarity on that issue, and so I think the Lord wanted to speak to me about a few things that I hadn't received healing for. Not that I'm perfectly healed or have perfect clarity on that situation or that pain, but the Lord wanted to address something else in my life, or other things in my life. But He brought up things in my heart that were, to me, small and insignificant, and something I would never consider a justice issue. I would never even really call it pain. I would be too ashamed to call it pain. There were quite a few things that were brought up, but and He brought them up because they were important to Him, not because they were important to me, because I didn't think they were significant at all, but He did, and that's why they were brought up in my heart by Him. A lot growing up, I heard the phrase, "If you don't like it, you can move out." And of course, it was always in the context of me not wanting to do chores or something that it was probably good for me to hear. But because it was said so much, the Lord revealed to me that I felt really like a burden to everyone. My parents is in that situation, but then and since then, I have felt like a burden to my friends, to my family, to my teachers, to my leaders, to my coworkers, to my just everyone in my life. I feel like a burden, and the Lord revealed to me that I feel that way because of that growing up, hearing that so much growing up. That was part of it, and I never would have thought something like that I would never have even called it pain. But as I was journaling, I found myself crying, and I realized that there really was a lot of pain there, a lot of hurt. I was offended. I didn't feel important, but and I actually remembered running away when I was really young, like 6. I got literally like 2 or 3 houses down. I had a backpack full of toys, a bag full of food that I got from my parents' cupboard, and a bag full of clothes, all on my little bike that probably still had training wheels on it. And it's a cute story to tell now, but the Lord just wanted to share with me that it was important to Him, and that there was healing to be had there. So that's just one thing that the Lord opened up in my heart, and there were plenty of other things, but the point is, my pain was real to Him, and it counts. Shelley says in her book that the pain is the great equalizer. Pain is pain. Whether I've been raped or abused, whether someone wronged me, someone lied, someone whatever, the Lord counts it, and the Lord wants to heal us, and he wants to be our judge. And anyway, in that particular situation, the Lord revealed why in my past I was walking in so much sin, and I would have normally just said, well, I wasn't a Christian, so I can do whatever I want. And but today, having been saved and walking with the Lord for over 3 years, I would say that the biggest area of my life that I haven't felt a lot of breakthrough in is my past sexual sin and my purity. And I've never felt like, I haven't sinned since I've been in that way. Since I've been saved, I haven't slept around with guys like I did when I was not walking with the Lord. But the Lord, in this particular prayer session, the Lord revealed to me why I walked in so much sin, and it was simply because I was hurt. It was because I felt like a burden to everyone. It was because I felt like I had to earn everyone's love. I had to earn everyone's attention even, and it overflowed into how I received the Lord and His love and His attention. And I realized that I felt like I had to earn it, and I had to do something. And I know I could have told you with words that that's not true, but it wasn't until I prayed through the truth of this book that was became more of a reality to me. The reality is Jesus is my judge, and He is committed to rescuing me from my sin. He is my Savior. When I say He's my Savior, He saved me from my sins. He hates sin more than I do, and He has all of the resources, all of the power to actually remove the sin out of my members, and He actually wants to a lot more than I do. And all we have to do is give it to Him. We have to give up our sin, give our shame, give our pain to the Lord. Just the greatest transaction I've ever heard of. You give things like that, dirt and ashes, to Him, and He gives us beauty and double honor. Double. He doesn't even just exchange it even. He gives us double. And I don't know what to do with that, but it's great. But he so often I feel like He went to the cross out of obligation, but the fact is He gave up everything. He paid a high price for my freedom from bondage to sin. He gave it all for me because He desires me. He wants me, and and the reality of having a God that's fighting for me, having a God that is going to fight for me and has never left me and is there and will always be there and always was there, that reality gives a person, has given me so much worth. That anyone is fighting for me is going to make you feel wanted, is going to make you feel worthy of love. But when the God of the universe is fighting for me, that is profound. Beyond measure. The Lord is going to have His vengeance for all the wrongs done against me. I forgive my parents, and the most that Jesus has borne is all my sin and all of their sin on the cross. And so my prayer is not that the Lord would take vengeance on my parents, because He will in that day, but unless they come to Him and they receive the forgiveness that I've received, they receive the blood, the cleansing of His blood that I received. And that's my prayer. And my prayer is that anyone reading this book would come to this revelation that the God of the universe, the Creator, is fighting for them. He's fighting and taking vengeance against their any wrong that's done to Him, and He's fighting for the sin to come out. He's fighting to get that sin out of our members. That's profound. That is changing my life, and my prayer is that it changes the lives of people that are reading Shelley's book.